Hello and welcome to episode number 8 of Gowing Life's Longevity Weekly with me, Chris Kerwin. This is where I give you a quick rundown of just some of the amazing work that our researchers have been looking at over the past few days. This week, we've got 3 fascinating topics, again from the world of health, wellness, and longevity. So without further ado, please enjoy. For our first topic this week, we're looking at a study that has been discussed everywhere on the internet, it seems, claiming that hyperbaric oxygen treatment can actually lengthen telomeres and is therefore the new elixir of life. So, before we get ahead of ourselves, what actually is hyperbaric oxygen treatment and why is telomere length so important? So, this type of treatment involves breathing in oxygen in a chamber where the atmospheric pressure is raised to about 3 times more than normal. It's usually utilized when treating decompression sickness, or sometimes called the bends. And this is a risk for scuba divers when they surface too quickly. It's also used to treat sporting injuries. So, what about telomeres? Telomeres are short protective caps which you can find on the end of our chromosomes, which help keep the DNA from getting damaged during cell division. Now, each time the cell divides, the telomeres shorten. Human cells undergo about 50 doublings before they reach their reproductive capacity. And once this is met, they go into a state called senescence. Now, in this state, these cells send out inflammatory signals which actually can be damaging to other cells in the body. Telomere shortening and the resulting buildup of these senescent cells are thought to be two major characteristics of aging. Now, preventing these could actually help prevent our rate of getting older. So, back to the study, and it was a group of researchers from Tel Aviv who gathered 35 individuals, all aged 64 and over, to receive hyperbaric oxygen treatment 60 times over the course of 3 months. Although the initial aim of the study was to observe how the treatment affected the formation of new blood vessels, the scientists found that it had a big impact on telomeres, increasing telomere length of 4 different types of immune cells. This resulted in a massive reduction of the immune senescent cells present in the blood. This resulted in a significant reduction of senescent immune cells present in the blood. Now, hyperbaric oxygen treatment has been around for decades and has been used by athletes and even celebrities to treat minor injuries. So, whilst we, and I'm sure most of the medical community, can agree that it's safe, we're not quite yet sure if it's going to make you any younger. Now, for our second topic, we're going to talk about the benefits of fasting. Throughout evolutionary history, humans have had to contend with periodic shortages of food. We evolved to adapt to these shortages. When we had food in abundance, we'd consume lots of it, storing this energy as fat, ready for the next famine. But this is a trait that is still present in the human species. And coupled with today's society, where we have food in abundance all of the time, this has resulted in the global obesity pandemic, which we see in almost every country in the world. So, is there a benefit of mimicking the conditions of our predecessors and abstaining from food for a while? This is a basis of fasting. And yes, it seems like there is. The most obvious of these benefits is weight loss. If you're consuming 0 calories, then yes, you're definitely going to lose weight. It also elevates your basal metabolic rate. This is how much energy you burn just by going about your normal day. But it turns out fasting conveys a plethora of other benefits, besides just losing a few pounds. Insulin is a hormone that acts as a metabolic switch, telling the body to store calories as fat. Overweight individuals tend to have much higher levels of insulin, which leads to more fat being stored. Fasting decreases insulin levels, instructing your body to burn these stored fats, creating energy for you to use. This process also ensures that it is harder to put that weight back on, and has a knock-on impact of lowering your risk of type 2 diabetes. Fasting also stimulates a process called autophagy, a process I discussed in a previous episode, which basically means that the body breaks down and recycles the components of senescent or zombie cells in the body. An accumulation of these cells can lead to increased inflammation, which has been shown to cause numerous age-related diseases such as cancer and Alzheimer's. Although it hasn't been fully tested in humans, all the benefits we see as a result of fasting in model organisms such as worms, fruit flies and mice results in a significant increase in lifespan, up to 80% in some of these organisms. The benefits of fasting are strongly backed by scientific evidence. But if you want to try it out at home, then we strongly suggest you should always check it out with your doctor first. For our third and final topic, we looked at research into blood factors that influence aging. Now, in a rather gruesome discovery in the 1900s, it was found that surgically joining rats could survive, sharing their circulatory system. It was found some years later that if you joined an old mouse with a young mouse, that the young mouse aged far more rapidly than it would have otherwise, whereas the old mouse appeared rejuvenated and far outlived its expected lifespan. Since this discovery, scientists postulated that there must be factors in the blood which have the power to reverse aging. Now, finding such factors is challenging, as plasma contains thousands of different molecules, some of them in very small concentrations. Nevertheless, research has revealed factors present in the plasma that change during aging and appear to be involved in this rejuvenation. The first of these, apelin, is a hormone that regulates processes throughout the body, including the heart, brain, digestive system and muscles. Apelin levels in the blood decline into old age, and this seems to play a role in the aging process, as the organs of mice modified to lack apelin age faster. In both aging mice and humans, one of the best ways that exercise helps prevent the decline in muscle mass is by stimulating the production of this hormone. Administration of apelin to older mice increases their muscle function by promoting synthesis of proteins and mitochondria, and has also been shown to help rejuvenate muscle stem cells. Beta-2 microglobulin, or B2M, is a protein that helps the immune system to recognize pathogens that hide within the body. While a deficiency of this weakens the immune system, elevated beta-2M appears to be associated with aging, frailty, and mortality. In particular, B2M appears to influence cognitive function, as mice deficient in this protein display superior cognitive performance. The administration of beta-2M, on the other hand, impairs the growth of new brain cells and reduces cognitive function. Cadherin-13 is a protein that can regulate the growth and migration of cells. It plays an important role in bone tissue, where it inhibits the production of osteoclasts, cells that break down bone tissue. While found primarily on the surface of cells, cadherin-13 is also found in the blood, where its levels decline during aging. In mice, this seems to be linked to age-associated bone loss, and the bone loss can be slowed by the application of cadherin-13. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, or NAD, is an essential molecule for the production of a cell's primary energy source, ATP. As well as fulfilling many other functions, levels of NAD decline with age, and this is thought to contribute to the multiple drivers of aging, including DNA damage and inflammation. And finally, oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone that might best be known for its role in social bonding. However, oxytocin plays a role in a variety of different tissues, including bone, where it stimulates the production of osteoblasts, cells that build new bone. Circulating oxytocin appears to decline with age, particularly in women following menopause, and this is associated with loss of bone density. Consistent with this observation, supplementation with oxytocin reverses bone loss in oxytocin-deficient rodents. Now, although the injection of young blood into old people seems rather morbid, it's actually a really fascinating area of longevity research. There are organisations attempting to produce synthetic blood plasma that can be injected, which have all these beneficial molecules in. So that is it for another week of Longevity Weekly. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to find out more, please visit the Gowing Life website, www.gowinglife.com, where you can find out a whole load more. There's loads of articles up there from last week, including, which podcast you should listen to keep up to date with the new longevity news, and about new insights into skin aging. So go and check it out. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page, and have a great week. Thank you.